Well, good morning, YouTube. Well, welcome back to the channel. Got something a little different for you today. We're in the house, in my kitchen, and I know it's a mess. Never mind that. I've got my end of year. It is currently 9:06 a.m. I've got my end of the year, not a Christmas party, but end of year party at noon today. So the owner is going to be doing a brisket. So I made barbecue sauce overnight. I'll put a picture in there of the finished product. But basically on the barbecue sauce, on my homemade barbecue sauce, I found a vinegar-based one that I really like. Uses apple cider vinegar, ketchup, things like that. And then I just tweak it to my taste, adding some other stuff. So I signed up for the barbecue sauce, and then I'm going to make some cornbread. So right now I've got crusty Southern style cornbread. We're going to make that to the recommended ingredients. As I got some exceptions. I got some farm fresh eggs. My in-laws have a chicken coop, and so we get eggs. And as you can see, show you outside, really foggy and dense, but there's the chicken coop right there. So we get fresh eggs all the time. So I love these brown eggs, fresh eggs, way better than the store-boughts, but it's 2 eggs per box. I'm doing 2 boxes because we have about 20 employees, and honestly those technicians and mechanics eat like there's about 30. So I want to make sure that we have plenty of food for everybody. So I'm going to get cracking with the butter, 1/3 cup per box, 2 eggs per box, 1 cup milk per box. And then I have this local bought hot honey that I'm going to take with, and we're going to try for later. That'll be for that, but I'm going to get my wet ingredients going. And then as far as the smoker, I'm cooking this on my smoker, on my pellet grill. So I have an LG 900, and I just filled it with Bear Mountain Pellets Gourmet Blend, which is a sweet, savory, sweet, smoky kind of blended mix. So I'm going to cook these at like 310 degrees. So I'm going to cook them a little lower temp, but I'm going to cook it longer so that way we can hopefully impart some more smoke flavor into that. And then we'll be filling them in these 3 pans. So the pellet grill is starting to warm up. I'm going to get these ingredients together, mixed up and together, and then I'll get back to you in just a minute. All right, so our wet ingredients are all mixed together. I will now add them to the dry, get that all battered up, mixed up while the pellet grill is still warming up. Then we're going to spray the pans with some grease so nothing sticks. I think I'm actually going to use this 4th and Heart ghee. It's kind of like it has more of a buttery flavor, and it still keeps everything from sticking. So we're going to use that, and I'll be mixing for a couple minutes. So I'll see you guys after a bit. All right, so that mix was enough to fill 2 pans. So we got rid of the 3rd one. And as you can see, the smoker's out there doing smoker things. So it's warming up. It's getting close. It looks like it's at about 190 degrees right now. So we'll let that finish warming up, and then we'll slide this stuff in and then just monitor it very closely. When I can dunk a toothpick in it and pull it out clean, then we'll pull everything out. 2 pans should be enough for everybody. There's going to be so much food there as long as everybody brings all the stuff that they promised that they were going to bring. So again, oh, here, let me pull this out too. I can show you. I'm still going to insert a picture, but there's my barbecue sauce. I made a double batch, which makes 1 full quart and then another half jar or so. So I'll be taking both of those. Ooh, then that sealed almost. All right, guys, I'll check back in with you when we go throw this stuff on the smoker. All right, the grill is up to temp, and I got to tell you, this is freezing fog. This is slick. No bueno. We should have a pile of snow on the ground by now, as we did last year, and we've got none, except we got stupid weather and freezing fog. But anyways, smoker's up to temp, my LG 900, and just threw in the cornbread, so we'll let that sit and get cooking, and I'll check it periodically. I'll give it about half hour, 45 minutes, and then I'll check it with a toothpick and see where we're at and go from there. All right, I'm back. Just threw the cornbread in. I did notice when I set it in there that it wasn't level. So I had to level my grill real fast, and so everything sits right. Everything will cook even that way. So that's all level out. One thing I did want to mention to you guys is I love this LG, the Louisiana pellet grill. And from what I understand, is it LG and Pit Boss that are made by the same company? LG's kind of the higher end, Pit Boss is the lower end. Either way, I love this grill. I picked it up off a Facebook Marketplace for 120 something bucks. It is my second smoker. I've started out with a Traeger Junior 20. It was all right. Wasn't a huge fan. Didn't get as high a temp as I want. Didn't have some of the options I want. Hi, Dirk. Anyways, picked this LG up. It's got a sear plate. I have option to put I could put a chimney on this side, or I can add a cold smoke box over here on this end. We've got the plate there. So this thing has so much more options. The only thing I've had to do to it so far is one of the screws had fallen out for the auger alignment. So the auger was making noise as it go around because it was just hitting. So we fixed that. Pretty easy fix. Haven't had really any issues with it since. Oh, I take that back. I did replace a igniter on here. Parts are still available for this thing, so I'll run it as absolutely long as possible as I can. I do have to replace the exhaust piece that goes back there. Mine is bent up and broke and fell off, so I will be ordering one of those soon. But I try to use this thing year round, so you know, right now it's 30 something degrees out, so it's easy. You can still see my breath, but we're crawling right along. You can actually set, you know, there's a button there for actual temp or your set temp, so we're not far off our set temp. And then meat probe port, and all your controls there. Everything works great. So shout out to Louisiana Pellet Grill for that. And we'll be back with you after a bit. We're gonna let this thing cook and see where we're at. All right, guys, I just got back from a Christmas break. Took a 5-hour trip over to Bozeman from here. And we left Saturday, came back today. Literally have only been home about 2 hours and realized I forgot to film an outro on the last video. So the smoked cornbread was a massive hit, and so was the barbecue sauce. So my boss wanted it. They're the ones that did the smoked brisket, and they were going to have people over the next couple days. So she took all the leftovers, and her favorite was the barbecue sauce and the cornbread. So I gotta say, for my first time, that was a hit for me. I'm very happy with what's going on. So we'll continue to do what we do. And then again, just a reminder, we're hoping for a name change at the first of the year. I will have one more video coming out before the end of the year. So this next week. And it will be a, excuse me, it will be a car video, but it will be out next week. I'm hoping to film it tomorrow or Thursday, one of the two, but we'll get her done. We'll get her out before the end of the year, and then we'll revamp things. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate everything you've done. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and we'll see you next year.